right, we have our Typingclub.com data sheet, and we're going to add some charts, some graphs, so you can kind of see the progression. You can see what you guys have done so far. So the first thing we'll do is we'll start with the easiest one. We'll just kind of click on the date and the adjusted score. So notice I've got the titles, headers in here. If you've adjusted this, if you've formatted this correctly, then the headers will be right above your numbers below the instructions. So we've got date selected and our adjusted score selected. Click and drag through both of those. It's all highlighted. So then I'm going to go up top under the insert pull down, click on insert and go to chart. And it'll do what it thinks is best. It's the idea that it thinks from what you've selected. So let's bring this over here and take a look at it. You can see on the left-hand side, it shows me some numbers. Those correspond to the values that I've selected in this column. So the highest one is just below 40. So it says, okay, I'll put 40 as the top, and the lowest one is down below 30. So it ranges from 0 to 40 on that. And then the bottom, it's got the dates down there that match the dates that are selected here. It doesn't have any headers on it, which we can add that stuff later on. We can play around with that all in this chart editor section over here. So if I click down here, let's double click on the date. It shows me I have a horizontal axis and it's got the information that I have down here, but there's no titles. So over here, it says chart axis and titles. If I click on that down, it's got a chart title, which there's nothing in there right now. So on this one, I'm looking at my adjusted word scores. So I can click on my chart title and say adjusted word or adjusted score. That's what I'll put. Score words per minute. There we go. So now it puts that title up top here. So that's good. Now on the left-hand side, it has numbers. And I've already got that in the title, but if I want, I could also add something over here. So if I select this title over here, I'm going to go back to charts and titles. That's the horizontal axis. So I'm going to click on this here, the down triangle, and I've got my choices here. Here's my horizontal axis and my vertical axis. This is, vertical. This is the vertical one. So I'll select vertical axis, and my title is going to be my words per minute. Let's get words per minute. There we go. So now that puts the words per minute, WPMs over there. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my horizontal axis. So again, back in my chart and axis titles, select there and select the down triangle and do the horizontal axis. And this, of course, is the date. So under the title, I'm going to put date. And we should be good to go. So you can see that I've got my chart in there, shows me my words per minute, my date, and it shows that I'm just below 30 and how I've kind of increased a little bit. Now that's just one of them there. I could also do another chart if I wanted, and I'll select the date, and I'm going to go all the way across to select everything. And I'll go my insert again, insert another chart, and it puts in a chart that has a bunch of bars on it, and it has all of the titles over here on the legend. So that's kind of cool, corresponding to the colors for each one of those bars there. Because I selected the headers, it already put them in. If I don't select the headers, then it's just going to have colored bars over here, and I'd have to go in and add the headers if I want. I could revise these headers too if they're too big. The problem I have with a chart that has all of the things in it is because the ranges are so varied, the numbers, it's kind of hard to tell. Like these down here, I don't really know what these numbers are. I know they're between 0 and 25, closer to halfway, so they're right around 10, 12, 8, something. I don't know. But it's not really precise. So what I would do is I would select certain things to show on my graph. So let's go back and select on over here. What I'm going to do is select ones that are close in number. So here, like my adjusted score, those look they're between, mid-20s to mid-30s. Overall words per minute looks like most of those are 30, 40, except for one low outliner. These are lower. These are probably kind of close to the same, so that might be a good one. My accuracy and coverages, those are much higher. So those are going to be those ones that are way up tall here. So I'm going to look at these middle ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my date, because I always want the date so I can see the progression there. And then I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to choose other ones. So these ones are the same. I'm going to do my overall words per minute because I like just overall words per minute. I don't want my test score. It's just my overall words per minute. And those are 1530s. And my lowercase alphabet are probably close enough to put in there as well. So I'm going to hold the control key down again. So I've selected 3 different columns that aren't next to each other. And I'm going to, so anytime I want to do ones that aren't next to each other, hold the control key down. So now I'm going to let go and hold insert, go insert and insert a chart. And you'll see that it inserts a chart in here and it has the bars that are closer together so you can see what they are. Now, it doesn't have any headers. So I can select this here and go to my chart title and axis. And of course, I can add my title text for my chart title. And this is going to be overall words per minute in lowercase alphabet. So we'll say WPM and alphabet. And then I'm going to choose my column here that has the numbers. So that's my vertical axis. And that one is words per minute. And then my bottom one, of course, is the date. So we'll go chart title again, and that's the horizontal axis, which is date. And then we're looking at the legend here now. So oops, instead of double clicking on both of them, I want to select just one of them. So I'll just double click on the red one. Try that again, double click on the red one. And there we go. So it's got my text formatting for that red label. The red label here, I believe, was my lowercase alphabet. That's 15 and up to 37. Yep, that looks like that's that one there. It is the second one, and that's the second one of the columns that I had chosen. So that one there is my lowercase alphabet. Okay, spell lowercase right. There we go. And then my blue one, if I select somewhere else, deselect, now double click on the blue one, and that one, of course, is my overall words per minutes. WPM. Why is my PM? There we go. So that's how I can personalize the chart, put the titles and stuff on it, and make it look kind of nice. So you guys are going to do that today. Put in 3 different graphs on your chart, and then you're going to turn this in. I don't care which one to choose, but just make sure you choose different ones like I did, like this one here. Have at least one chart that has ones that are not right next to each other. So maybe showing your accuracy and coverage would be a good one too. So again, real quick, like that, hold the control key down, and now I can do 2 of them at one time. And then I can insert a chart there, has my accuracy and coverage. And you'll notice this one has accuracy and coverage title already on it, has my headers already selected. So then I would just fix my, and it's got date down the bottom, so I can just add a WPM, and that one's kind of done. And then there's all kinds of other stuff you can do. You can go in and play with this stuff. You can turn on numbers so you can see the actual numbers at each data point. A lot of different stuff. So play with some of this stuff over the side here, modify it, and have some fun, turn in some cool stuff. All right, every day making better. Data. Ready, break.